Okay, so today we are discussing mainly about the constraint with example. We have seen the what are the different kind of commands are there in the SQL server that are DML data manipulation language, which is mainly doing insert, update, and delete. Then DDL, in which create, alter, drop, and truncate are there. Then TCL, commit and rollback are there. Then DCL, data control language. So if you want to grant permission to some user to access some specific tables or specific schema, at that time we can give grant and revoke command. And then mainly select command are mostly used by the data analysts and data engineers as well as SQL developers. So today we are discussing about the constraints. So mainly what are the constraints are there? So if you guys go to or take the example of the banking database, right? So in the banking database, we cannot input or we cannot insert any of the fake or dummy or any kind of garbage information, right? In any of the table. So for that purpose, basically constraint can be created. That is just one example. So constraints are used to specify rules for a data in a table. Constraints are used to limit the type of data that can go into a table, right? As I said, that banking database cannot have any garbage values, right? 1 minute. So banking database cannot have any garbage values, so that this ensures that accuracy and reliability of the data in the table. Now let me take one example. So what are the different kind of constraints are there? So that are primary key constraint, foreign key constraint, a unique key constraint, not null, then check constraint, then null and default constraint. Now let me create one table to take the example. So let me create this table. This is a customer table I am creating. Let me create it first. So in which customer ID is there. This is integer. So this is integer. This varchar of 30. All are the data types of the database in which is applicable to particular column, right? Now what is identity? So identity is basically a property of a particular table. So in which you do not need to insert the value when any column is defined as an identity column. It will automatically generate a value in the identity column, and it is automatically generate the identity column values in the table. And this is a starting value and this is a increment value. So whenever it is defined as 1 comma 1, then you can then say that customer ID is starting with 1 and it is incremented by 1 means 2, then again incremented by 1 means 3, then again incremented by 1 means 4, like that, right? So this is identity property. So what is written over here? It is the identity keyword is a property in SQL Server. When a table column is defined with an identity property, its value will be auto generated incremental value, right? As I said over here, it is auto generated incremental value. The value is created by the server automatically. Therefore we can't manually enter a value into an identity column as a user. We cannot insert a value in the identity column in a table. But for that also one solution is there that I will show you later on. Now we have created this table, right? Customer ID integer identity 1 comma 1, and it is also defined as a primary key. So what is a primary key? So there is only one primary key per a table, and it is not allowed null values into the table, as well as all values are unique. All values are unique in a table. So no value will be duplicated when you insert the data into the primary key column, right? That only I have written over here, right? Unique values into the column as well as not null values. Identity will generate continuous value in a column, start with 1 and jump to 1, like 1, 2, 3, 4. But now let me give you one more example. Whenever you define like this 5 comma 5, so at that time what happened? It will start with 5, then add 5 into that, then again it will add 5 into this, then again it will add 5 into this, like this, right? So customer number integer not null. Now this is a second column, customer number integer not null, unique check constraint customer number greater than 0. So this is a not null column, right? Not null column. So there will be must be a value into the customer number column, right? And the customer number should be greater than 0. So it is a check constraint. So there must be a value and it will be a unique, no duplicates are allowed, right? Now let's move to the another one, email ID. So email ID varchar of 30. So this is again a data type. And then again I have defined this one as a unique. So email ID will always be unique for all the customers. No duplicates values are allowed in this column. Then last name. So last name is a not null. So column must have values. Both will be allowed duplicates values. Means last name will is only defined as a not null, but it will allow duplicate values, right? Because any two customers has a last name can be same, right? That is possible. Then first name. So this is the first name, varchar of 30 not null. So again same as above. Last name it will allow duplicate values. Then middle name is allowed null values as well, because it can be any null values or all the null values it will accept when a column is defined as a null constraint. Now area code. So area code integer default 71,000. So now whenever I will insert the data into this particular table, if I don't give the value of area code, then it will it takes 71,000 as a default value, right? It will generate default value if we not enter at the time of insert, right? Then address and then country. Again, in country also default value is Malaysia. So whenever there is a no value given at the time of insertion into the country, the default value will be Malaysia, right? Now let me now let me suppose now whenever the table is created, now suppose there is a requirement to add one more column into the table, right? So already created table, we want to add one more column. So that we need to do alter, right? Alter table customer, add phone number. This is a column, integer. So let me create this one. So now it will, this is a alter command. So this is a create command. So both are create and alter, both are DDL commands, right? Sorry. Yes, DDL. Data definition language. Because we are creating the table over here, right? Alter table name, add phone number, integer, right? Now let me create one more table, bank table with foreign key constraint. So now whenever we want to create any table as a foreign key constraint, there must be a one parent table which is a primary key column defined. So if you see in the above table, this customer table has defined customer ID as a primary key, right? That's why in this bank table, that customer ID will be defined as a foreign key. That customer ID will be defined as a foreign key, right? Now let me create this table. This is basically a syntax, branch ID integer, this customer ID integer, foreign key, references. So which table it is going to be reference? That is a customer table, customer ID. So let me create this table. Okay, it is created, right? Now I'm unmuting you everyone for some minute. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Let me know if you have any doubt. Yeah, now you can speak. Anyone? Yeah, any doubt? Anyone? Yes. Okay. So actually, for foreign key, there must be a some column is defined as a primary key into the another table. So foreign key will always be reference to some another parent table, and whenever we have defined as a foreign key, that one can be known as a child table. So over here, what is happening? We have already defined the customer ID as a primary key in the customer table. So over here, customer table will be our parent table, right? Customer table will be our parent table. Then we need to uh, we need to we need to remove the data ambiguity kind of error, right? So that customer ID should be present in the bank. So for that purpose, we have defined the foreign key, which is references customer ID. So if the customer ID 10 is there, right? Customer ID 10 is there in customer table, and customer ID 100 is not there in customer table, right? Then in the bank table, 100 cannot be possible. because it will data will be invalidated, right? Data will not be garbage data, right? How 100 can be possible in bank table if it is not exist in the parent table? That is not possible, right? So that is the concept of foreign key over here. Yes, right. Yes. Okay. Now let's try to insert the data into the table. Let me try to insert these three rows. Okay, it is inserted. Now let me select the data for your reference. Every column has data. Now let me try. Now can anyone tell me whether this row will insert or not, or what error it will give me? Okay, customer ID, customer number. Now see this table again everyone. See this table for 1 minute, and then let me give the answer, or let me try to take that insert statement above only. I am copying all the insert statement over here. Now let me know whether this will allowed or not, or if not allowed, then why not allowed? Okay. Okay, now anyone else? No, no. Which second column? Okay, no, no, no. Actually, both the answers are wrong. So let me tell you. Actually, over here, what I have tell that you forgot. This is an identity property. So in the customer ID, we cannot insert value manually, right? We cannot insert value manually. So it is starting from the customer number. It is starting from the customer number only. So this is the customer number, not customer ID, right? First thing. Then second thing, what is a check constraint over here? What is a check constraint over here? What is a check constraint over here? Customer number should be greater than 0. So over here 0 is given, right? It is not greater than 0, right? Hello? Okay, so it will not allow to insert me. Let's see the error. The insert statement conflicted with the check constraint CK customer custom. The conflict occur in this database table, which table? Customer table, column customer number, right? So you have to remember this kind of error should come. Now this is the error, right? Now let me try to insert another row. Now let me tell whether this is allowed or not. Why? Okay, email ID, last name, first name. Okay. So now let's try. Cannot insert the null value into the column first name, right? Because name is not name should be not be null, right? Now let me try to insert this one. Now let me know this one will allowed or not. This one will also not allowed, right? 500, then email ID unique. Okay, this is interesting. Now let me know whether this is allowed or not. 'Okay, let me try. Okay, it is allowing me. Now this one. Yes, this one. Yes, perfect. So, unique key constraint, the duplicate key value is null. Cannot value duplicate key object in customer table. So actually in email ID already one null value is there, right? So always remember, whenever a constraint is defined as a unique key constraint, it will allow only one null value. It will allow only one null value. It will not allow multiple null values. In SQL Server specifically, I am talking about. Maybe in other database, it is allowing duplicate null values. Either in Oracle or some other database, it is allowing. But in SQL Server, it is not allowing duplicate null values, right? So these are the main basics things which people are avoiding. Now let's try to insert this one. Okay, it is allowing me. Now let me comment all this thing. Now let me know whether this one will allowed or not. I think it might allowed. Okay. Violation of unique key. The duplicate key value is this one because already one value is there, right, for this email ID. And email ID is defined as a unique constraint. So it is not allowing. Now let me try to this one insert. So again over here, check constraint related error, right? That customer number should be greater than 0. Now let me know whether this is allowed or not, or what error it will give if it is not allowing. Let me write it over here. Now let me know. Yes, perfect. For this name Albert, the length is more, right? Length is more than the accepted number of characters, right? Now, what error it will generate? Do you know that? What kind of error it will generate? Okay, it will generate string or binary data would be truncated. String or binary data would be truncated. So you will definitely face this error in your day-to-day life or very frequently whenever you are working with the data migration or kind of thing or any kind of ETL related things. You will 100% get this kind of error. Then you need to uh, understand how you can resolve these kind of errors, right? Now let's move ahead. This one we have seen, right? Okay. Now let's see. Here what we are trying to do, insert value into the identity property. Insert value into the identity property. As I told, right, that we cannot insert the value into the identity column property because it is auto generated, right? Because it is auto generated. Now let me try to insert the data into this table. So an explicit value for the identity column in the table customer can only be specified when a column list is used and identity insert is on, right? Actually, all this error I am showing you practically so that you will able to understand the things. Now let me know if I want to insert the this identity column property, then what we have to do? We have to do set identity insert on some table, customer table on. We have to specify this statement and then execute. Then again, let me try to insert. Now again, still it is giving the same error. Now can anyone tell me how we can resolve this error? Sorry, no, alter table. Actually, we need to insert only, right? We need to insert the data. Then how we can insert? No, no. Actually, we are not modifying the table. We are just doing some other way around to insert the data into the table. Actually, in front of your screen only, it is mentioned. Read this statement. An explicit value for the identity column in table customer can only be specified when a column list is used and identity insert is on. So over here, I have done one thing. I have done identity insert, but I have not specified column list, right? So for that purpose, let me do again this one. Then over here in the below one, now I have specified all the columns. And now I am trying to insert the data into this table. It is it is now allowing me, right? Okay, it is now allowing me to insert. Now one more thing, after the insertion, you need to do set identity insert off. Otherwise, it may insert a garbage data or some improper data. So you need to do set identity insert off, right? First you need to do on, then you need to do specify the column names, then all the column values or select statement, and then set identity insert off. Okay. Now, does anyone know if I want to So the properties of a table, then how we can show. So for that purpose, suppose customer table we have created, right? Maybe I want to know that which column has identity column is assigned as a property, then which column has assigned which constraint, which column is allowing default values. I want to know that. So I want to know all the structure of the table with constraint and all the information. So for that purpose, there is a command sp underscore help customer. Sp underscore help customer will allow me to show all the information regarding a particular table. So if you see over here, these are all the column names are defined in our table, right? These are all the data types are there. Then this is a length. This is the length of the column. Then these are the identity column. Customer ID is we have defined right as an identity column. Then seed means start value. Seed means start value. It is starting with one. This is an incremental value. Increment with one. Then this is a primary key. Then these are all the constraints we have defined, right? Unique key. Then again, these are the main constraint. Default constraint, primary key constraint defined on which column. So if you want to see that, then it is defined on customer ID column, right? Then unique key is defined on this customer number, email ID also defined on unique key is also defined on email ID column, right? Then this is a reference. Table is referenced by foreign key also. So this is a command for that one, sp underscore help. Now, now let me show you this simple thing. 1 minute. Now I want to check the count of the table, right? Then this is a simple command, count of one. So total 7 records are there, right? In this table. Then count of star also giving 7 records. Now can anyone tell me what this one is giving? Count of email ID. So how much it will give? Anyone? 7 or 6? Perfect. So count function, any of the aggregate function will not consider the null values, right? That you need to remember that we have written over here, right? Over here only. Count, right? Yes, you will get only 6 email ID, but in whichever the column is there, right? In the entire table, if you have counted in the all the columns, right? All this column. Suppose now last name is two null values and five not null value, and this one has one null value and all other are not null values. Then you will tell me how much it will give. Count of email ID and count of last name. Okay, six, and over here five, right? Because two are null values. Are you getting? Yes, right. Let me show you. Update customer set last name is equal to null, where last name equal to, let me try this one. It is not allowing, actually allowing me. Any other column we can try. One more column. If address we can try. Okay, it is allowing me, right? Now count of email ID and count of. Now you will tell me what it will give. 6 and 4, right? Perfect. Now you got it, right? How count will work. Okay, now let me show you one more thing. Now suppose I have a already created table is there, right? 1 minute. Yes, yes, it is a schema name. Yes, yes, you can create multiple schema over here. I think also might be available. DBO mostly, yeah. You can see, right? Production schema is there. Then sales schema is there. Multiple schemas are there, right? Creating notes in Google Docs, please share after the meeting. Please give me 1 minute break. I am coming. Okay. Now suppose my requirement is I want to create one table with say same schema, or you can say the same structure and same data. Then how I can create? So let me show you that one. Suppose I have a requirement to update this table, right, in the production database. I want to make some updates, but what if by some mistake my update is wrong and I have updated few rows. I have updated all the rows, but I want to update only few rows, right? But by mistake only I have updated all the rows. Then there must be a backup we have in our database, right? For any particular table, we should have a backup, right? So for that purpose, we need to take the backup of this table, right? Then let me show you how we can do that. Select star into, it is visible, right? Okay. select star into, then this is a second March, we can say that we wake up from this table. Now let me try. Okay, so it the table, right? So how much rows are there in this our original table? 29 rows are there, right? Now in this backup table also it will be a 29 records only, right? Now we can update this table up to our requirement, and it will create same rows. In if by mistake only, if we done any mistake, then also it will be fine, right? Because we can restore the data from this table again into this original table, right? But now our requirement is we want to create only the structure, not the entire table, right? Only the structure with same columns. Then how we can do? Can anyone tell me? No, no. Can you repeat? I think it is not possible. Let me try. Create table name. Select star from with no data. No, no. I think this will not work. Let me try to remove as. No, no. It will not allow. Can anyone else? Yes, perfect. In the where close, if we give 1 equal to 2, then it will generate only the structure, not the data, right? Because this condition will never be satisfied. It is always wrong one only, right? So it will not copy data. But if we eliminate this condition, or if we write 1 equal to 1, then it will copy data, because 1 equal to 1 will always true, right? Yes, yes, right. We want to create one more table. We want to create one more table with same structure but no data. Same structure without data. Sorry, I'm not getting. Can you? Yeah, actually, it is a. If you see over here, right, it will be a same schema with different table name, but the data will be the same. So if you see over here, 29 records are there, right? 29 datas are there, right? Then when we create another table, in that table also it will be 29 datas are there only. Whenever we do not specify 1 equal to 2 condition, whenever we do not specify 1 equal to 2 condition, but if we sorry, yes, 1 equal to 1, yes, is right. But when we specify 1 equal to 2, then it will generate the same table without data, because 1 equal to 2 will never be satisfied, right? That is why. So based upon your requirement, you can create whether you want to copy all the data with the same original table, or you want only the structure of the original table. It is depends on your requirement. Yes, right. Because you need to understand 1 equal to 2 will never be true, right? This is a false condition. So it will create only structure. But 1 equal to 1 is always true condition, right? So it will copy also data. Yes, it's clone of the table. You can say that. Clone of the entire table. And now suppose you, if you do not specify this entire where condition, right? Then also automatically it will clone the table, right? Actually, importance of schema is suppose we have uh, multiple branches are there, right, in the any of the data warehouse or any of the organization, or you can take example of bank, right? Bank or anything related. Then we can separate the different kind of data into different kind of schemas, right? We cannot create same table. Suppose saving data we can store in saving schema only, like that bank customer has a saving account. Then for that saving account we can create one schema, and then all the saving account related tables will be stored in the saving schema. Then you can create another schema for the current, or another schema you can create for the fixed deposit accounts. So all the data will be well structured in the entire data warehouse. I think that is not possible. Let me try. Suppose in DBO it is not possible, because it will throw an error, right? That particular object is already exist in the database. So across all the entire database, table names or object names should be unique in all the schema. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, it means that you are want to tell that in another schema we can create the same table name, right? Let me try now only. I have a sales schema is there, right? Sales schema dot customer, because customer is already exists, right? There is already an object named customer in the database. Let me again, if you want to take this one, right? Production dot, this table is there, right? Let me try to take this one. Okay, now I have this production table, right? Production dot. Now I am want to try this table in sales schema. It is allowing me. Previously, what we have done, I think whatever objects are there in the DBO object, that we cannot create over here. Suppose, let me try again. This is a, let me take this one. Friendship table is there, right? Friendship table. It is there in DBO object. Select star from. This is there in DBO object. But now this friendship, I think we cannot create in the sales one, or it will allowed. It may allowed. It is it, it is allowing me now. Yeah, okay. In the same schema, same object name is not allowed, but in the different schema, we can create with the same object name. But why? First time we are getting error. First time we have started, right? Okay, right. In the sales schema, this table will be already there, should be there. Perfect. Yes. So same table name is allowing in different schema. That is a concept, right? Yes, we can use the same. We cannot use same table. Yes, perfect. Right. Now suppose let me this one which table we have created. Okay. Let me try to take create again this table. Select star into where 1 equal to 2. Okay. Now I have created this table, right? Now I want to insert the data into this particular table from this table only. Now can anyone tell me how I can insert? What is the another way? From this entire table, I want to insert data into this table. Then insert into, this particular table, select star from this table. Now let me try to insert. Okay. So now again over here we are facing error, right? Now because of in this particular table there is a identity property is there for one column. So that is why we are facing error. So now over here again we need to do set identity insert, then on this particular table, then on, right? Then insert into this table, then over here we need to specify. Yeah, yeah, that is another thing actually over here, right? Over here it is already identity property is there, but we are if we do not specify this condition, then data will be definitely inserted into this table, right? As it is, as it is. But now I want to show you another way. Another way over here, I want to do with insert into, not select star into. I want to show you the insert into. That is another way. So that's why we need to use this one. Now over here, what we need to do? We need to use this identity property. Now over here, all the columns are there, right? So I need to specify again all the column names. Let me specify. Yeah, yeah, actually, I am just showing you the another example of how we can insert the data. Otherwise, which is better that we can apply at that particular time, right? Now let me try. Hmm, why error is showing over here? Select star all the columns I have specified. Let me try. Okay, all the now it is able to insert, right? Because we have specified all the columns manually, as well as we have written this identity insert on. And now after the on, we have to do identity insert off. Now you will see the data over here in both the tables. 29 over here also, 29 over here also. So there are two different ways. Select star into, so it will create a table. But whenever you want to do insert into, at that time table must have already created, right? Without that, we cannot do insert into any table, right? Oh, yes. Okay, only selected field. Okay. So at that time, let me So at that time, what you can do over here, you can do, suppose these fields are not required, right? These four fields are not required. Then you have to write this field over here as well in place of star. Then you can eliminate, suppose these two field are not required or these three field are not required, you can eliminate this field, and then again over here also you can eliminate, right? Now let me try to insert, or let me first try to truncate, or now let me try column identity insert. Okay, in this case we cannot, when a replication use is inserting into notification identity column. We have done this already, set identity insert on. Now let me try. Okay, okay. Because of sorry. Yes, yes. But actually, I want to insert now again. Let me comment this identity column also, and now let me try. Either when identity is set on or when a replication user is inserting. I think over here identity reset, identity related problem is there, because we, even though okay, okay. Why it is giving error? Oh, no, no, sales order details we haven't dropped. Let me show you over here. It is there, right? Actually, because schema is there, right? Over here, I think either double quote should work, or okay, now it is giving. Now it is giving. Okay, now it is also showing. Let me try to reseed, how to reseed identity property. I think Actually, we need to delete. Let me try to delete from this table. No, actually, we have truncated the table only, so data will not be there. Previously, we have truncated the table, right? Now let the column. Yeah, yeah, it is same. It is same. Column structures are same in both the tables. Let me 1 minute. Which is a identity column over here? Sales order. Where it is mentioned how you can sales order detail ID. Okay, sales order detail ID. Okay, okay. Sales order detail ID is not there. Okay, 1 minute. Sales order ID. Now let me try. Now I have written right. Okay, now it is showing some other error. Cannot insert the null value into the order quantity, right? So where is that order quantity column is there? Product. This is the column name, right? Order quantity. Yeah, I think that will be fine. Now let me try to remove this product ID in place of order quantity. Now it will a product. Now it is coming in product ID because all the we have defined all the column as a mostly all the many columns as a constraint, right? That is why it is giving error in some. Now suppose over here, right, in this particular table, let me only four column are there, right? Now my now now you want only two column, then it is very then you need to specify only two column in the select and insert into both, right? Suppose I do not now select. Actually, I first need to create this table. Now select star into this particular table, then underscore BKP, where 1 equal to 2. Now I have created with 0 rows, right? Now I want to insert only 2 columns into this table, not all the columns. So what I can do, I can remove these 2 column. So this is the same thing, right? You want to copy only these 2 columns. Okay, yeah, yes. That is also possible. Insert into over here, you can give the two columns only, right? Even type and even date, then particular table name. And now if you specify 1 equal to 1, then it will copy only 2 columns into this table, newly created table. But again, if there is a constraint related issue, then you will statement will be failed, right? Yeah. I have created these 2 columns, right? Now 1 equal to 2 or 1 equal to 1. Then from this marketing touches table, only these 2 column will be available in this table, newly created table, right? But suppose in marketing touches table, other 2 columns has a constraint defined, right? Then then it will then this will not allowed, right? Okay, yes. Okay, yeah. For that, will be the approach, right? This will be the correct approach, right? Okay, okay, okay. I will just give another name. Okay, now this newly created table will have only 2 columns, apart from the 4 columns, right? Okay. Yeah, I think suppose this marketing touches has a event ID as not null or a primary key or some kind of identity or some kind of constraint are there, right? Then I think it will automatically it will not allowed from my point of view. Okay. 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 So up to now everything is clear, right? So actually, now we will keep up to here only. We will see about on delete cascade, on delete set null. Maybe you are not aware about this thing, on delete set null or on delete set default. Then some constraint we are creating at the table levels, and some constraint we are creating at the column levels, right? But some constraint can be only allowing at the table level only. It is not allowing at the column level. So all this thing we will see tomorrow. Tomorrow we will also meet at the same time, 11 o'clock. No, no, no problem.